Names in the correct place. It's the best of 5. Everyone can see, everyone will be able to witness what it is. And yeah, let me introduce these players to you as well. Of course, they are both from the Dragon Phoenix Gamers. The one in the bottom left side is the blue Protoss player, Hero. And then in the top right side, there's a red Zerg, and he is known as Rogue. So not that long ago in the GSL, fighting off against Percival, I remember, and fighting off against Bunny, fighting off against Björn, all the other players in this group. Don't believe he wanted a full Terran group, but it's what he went with anyway. At least how it ended up. So didn't get to see a lot of ZVP from him in that situation, but we did get to see a lot of ZVP from him in other situations, right? We know he likes to be aggressive now and again, and we know that he's not too shy from just doing a big old all-in at a certain point in time if he thinks it's gonna work. If he sees one of those opportunities, he will strike for it and jump on it like a dog that just found a beefsteak pretzel. And then, well, whoever that beefsteak pretzel is going to be in this analogy, maybe Hero in this sense, right, is going to be in trouble. As we all know. Happens. Yeah. Spawning pool finishing up. The third base, natural being taken here, of course. Probably won't be too much of a big deal. I mean, even if there is an adept attack, the Zergs managed to figure out the build orders quite precisely, so that they should be able to defend against it no matter what. As long as they know that it's coming, but even then if they don't know it's coming, they still manage to prepare for it rather well. And anyway, we're having none of that regardless, because we are having a Stargate coming up as the attack of choice of Hero. Hero perhaps looking just for a little bit of Oracle play here. We could see some Phoenix as well. And of course the almighty Void Ray opening. Always a potential too. I guess I just named all the units you can make from that Stargate, but that's, I guess, why the Stargate is a kind of an exciting building right now, right? Always gets me a little bit excited about what could happen here. We're going to see what kind of player we have in front of us, right? The Void Ray here, very stable opening. Will be doing good against Roach aggression or certain pushes like that very early on. We can clear out the Overlord as well, negating the scouting. But on the offensive side of things, of course, not that much it can do. Guess then, if you do want to get offensive, right, the Oracle or the Phoenix going to be your next bat. The Oracle mostly. That will be the second unit from that Stargate following up. But yeah, Rogue. Now, of course, knowing there's a Void Ray out should take into account that there is a possibility for Oracles to show up as well, and it's looking like he's already got a fairly good defensive setup against this. He's got plenty of queens, right? 2 over here, 2 near the natural, closer to the main. A couple of spore crawlers now being constructed as well. I'd say a couple. It's just one of them, but it's in the main base. Second Stargate does get balloped down onto the ground right here. Little wallop on the drones there. Did not manage to get pulled away in time. Void Ray assuring at least the eyes of Rogue are going to be a little bit distracted here. As he perhaps will attempt a bit of aggression. No, it looks like the adepts are just going to move away. Hero not even all too bothered. He's just going to casually walk along the lines here. Guess he was hoping not to get surrounded by Zerglings. Does still wound up happening here, unfortunately for him. Oracle not enough to keep those adepts safe there, and the shade wasn't activated at the right times. So, or at least for those adepts to evacuate and get away from those lings. Now we have double Void Ray production going on. With a rogue that is kind of in the dark about what's happening here, right? He's seen the front door of Hero, but what else has he seen? He sees that there's still that Void Ray and Oracle out on the map. Nothing much else. A couple of adepts at the third base. Guess seeing another Void Ray here, perhaps. Ooh, one link get... all of the links get in, actually. Never mind, I thought it was just going to be one, but looks like it will be. Plenty of links here coming on through. Now, I don't know if Rogue still had any suspicions or was worried about this chance happening, but he knows for sure now. There are 2 Stargates producing Void Rays, and we'll have to come up with a way to try and counteract such a mighty armada in the sky. Maybe a couple of Hydralisk could do the job. He did get his lair already upgraded here, so there you have it. There is the Hydralisk Den. No, Rogue does like to play with the Hydralisk. It feels more logical right now for Zergs to go for the Hydralisk. I know the Mutalisk have their own place in the game, right? For sure, and it's definitely good to be able to play that style and incorporate it in a longer best of series, but nothing happens. Alright, so oh, I didn't miss anything. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the Hydralisk, they just kind of translate better from the mid-game into the late game, right? Just being able to have those Hydras available and start getting yourself some nice lurker tech with that army composition. It's going to balance itself out quite nicely. Maybe later on, if we do start getting carriers and stuff like that as well, you may want to consider throwing in a Spire as well. But I think the Hydras are fine in here whilst you're trying to get yourself up to Lurkers. Right, and then later on you get the more drastic measures with the Spire to try and combat the air army here. Which, well, it's looking like it might be necessary. Air weapons is being upgraded, and in fairness, 5 more gateways being warped in. It's not like we've had many more Stargates, actually. Yeah, I mean, they just have thrown this entire idea out the window after it got scouted by the Lings. He made a Templar Archives as well. He still has a fair bunch of Void Rays, but not near as many as you would think there should be, right? With his double Stargate play here. As he's just not been producing them. He's just not been producing them. Alright. I was just looking at that air weapon upgrades. I guess that is just him faking that there is something happening with air still. I think that's Cybercool. Like, I mean, I was fooled by it as well, just by the production tab. Seeing this and being like, yep, okay, still air. He's really going air, but ultimately that is not the case. He's grabbing Storm and he's grabbing ground weapon upgrades. I think he's even cancelling and restarting the upgrade for air weapons here. Oh, no, never mind. Now he's getting a fleet beacon. Alright, well, bit of everything. just call it that. Like a weird detective here right now. Trying to figure out what Hero's doing. I know he's been away and all, but still, I would mostly lay the blame on me there. Not figuring this out as sufficiently as possible. Alright. A Templar in a pretty reasonable spot, but that is just a small ensemble of what is yet to come. Lings and Banelings mostly rolling through the top side right now. I think most of the Storms, unless if there's more in that War Prison, it looks like, yes, there will be. That is going to be sufficient to make Rogue reconsider his actions for the time being. Still no Lurker Den, but is starting up his infestation pit right now. Banelings coming out of status there. quickly being dealt with the army that was already parked on top of it. Good awareness on that Oracle there from Hero as well. The creep is starting to spread out quite quickly over the map right now and reaching across the halfway point. Kind of securing Rogue's side of the map for the time being, or at least making him feel quite powerful there. Ooh, but that Oracle, okay. Once again, avoiding death right now. Trying to get a couple of more of those revelations on top of the Hydralisk. Those Banelings are getting rather close right now. And are going to get themselves on top of the probe line here. And that's a lot of probes going down. Not that many Hydralisk remaining. Not that much Protoss remaining either. I guess that is still the 6th Void Race right now. There's still a couple of Archons and Immortals, but not much else. Rogue coming around for a second attempt, trying to grab that Nexus, finishing it off, but fortunately here for Hero, he managed to, I think, utilize his shield battery in order to heal it up sufficiently. And then again, Rogue's not going to let it go that easily. Here he is once again, even grabbing a High Templar in the meanwhile. Because why the hell not, right? Just grab it all right now, Rogue. Why don't you? Just get yourself in that comfortable position. And, well, that's what he definitely managed to do. Hero's still on a full base here as Rogue now starting up his 6th base economy. Could be a potential breaking moment still for Rogue, though, of course, as he doesn't have that much army in the bank. Hydralisk and Banelings only as well. There's no Lurkers here. There's nothing much else. So his Force of Hero could still do really well as long as those High Templar manage to get their connections onto the Hydras. And, well, the Banelings perhaps a little bit less worrisome. Void Race and Archons are okay against those. Just don't worry about those Hydras. They have a lot of DPS and you need that splash damage to really deal with them. The Mothership here. I don't know why of all the things he could have gone for, he went with the Mothership. That's what we got. Main force for Hero falling apart rather quickly now. Zealots warped into the main base, trying to still get some damage done. Desperately, really. Dealing with reinforcing units that gets morphed in. It's not looking too hot for Hero right now. More distractions going on. He needs to buy himself more time. I agree with that, but at the same time, if he's just throwing away his army right now. Right, okay, he's trading somewhat efficiently here. That's good. As long as he can trade efficiently, it is good, actually. What I was worried about is that Rogue, his army, was just too big right now to keep sending in small batches of Protoss forces, but this is going pretty good right now. Surprisingly enough. Another War Prism on the right side, also doing a lot of things, and yeah, Hero, even with 30 army supply down there, managing to cause quite the upheaval on the other side of the map in this moment. Kind of slowing things down though, as Rogue kind of has assembled his forces, the Hydras and the Zerglings now starting to march across the map with that creep underneath. The War Prism is caught up with and taken out as well. Another Mothership. Hero, I know you've been away for a while, but I don't know, was he? Did he leave when the Mothership was still a really good thing? He's making Archons and he's making a Mothership. I think he's trying something here, perhaps. That doesn't quite work anymore. But no, I don't think he's. I don't think it's been that long, right, since Hero's departure for the military service. Looks like we will have a departure of this Nexus here before it arrives as well. Unfortunately, yeah. I think to reschedule the Nexus appointments right there. I think we all know how that feels during these trying times. Nexus denials. Still no lurkers here, by the way. It's been 15 minutes. He's had the time. Maybe he's just not had the patience. He's got a pretty darn good army here, though. The storms, I don't see those landing on the Hydralisks. And the Hydralisks, they are really the chewy DPS that melt those Archons. And, yeah, alright. Well, that is a GG, I suppose, indeed. Alright, quick chug of the water, and we will continue onwards with these Dragon Phoenix gamers. Both of them representing the same team. So I imagine they must do a lot of team practice as well, right? Share strategies and try to help one another. At least that's what I would hope for. Bottom left side, there's some blue Protoss player. His name, Hero. Hasn't been back for that long though, so maybe not has had too much time to practice and, well, really keep on practicing with Rogue. I'm not sure if they managed to do a lot of practicing before Hero left off, but anyway, I already said his name. It's Rogue. There you go. Managing to get the first points here for this best of 5. So now we are on Beckett Industries with I didn't see that for a little bit, didn't I? That is interesting. Okay. Did he think that was misplaced? Because he cancelled that hatchery and then he restarted it at the exact same spot. Unless if he's not trying to actually let this hatchery finish. That would be silly, right? Yeah, okay, so it's blocking off this area so the Zealot can't pass through, giving free access for the Lings on top of this gateway. Now the Zealot trying to get through. There's the cannon going to be built here. Another pylon as well. The Zealot will have to pull back a little bit in order to get that wall here secured. I think there should still be a little passageway here for the Zealot to retreat into. And, okay, Rogue just kind of goes along the other edge. Now working its magic on the Cybercore, and after all of that, he just leaves. That's all. That's all she wrote. Interesting. You should probably cancel that as well. Yeah, okay. That is a gruesome opening. Wow. That is just straight up evil. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I mean, basically, he's in the face of Hero, and he's like, yeah, you better prepare, Here it comes, the Ling Flood. A lot of Lings on the way, and there's a hatchery here. I mean, it cancelled the hatchery twice, so that's the one part I didn't like as much, but maybe that was him trying to buy more time for him to still cancel it later on. To sell the threat more so? I don't know. Could that be part of his ploy? At this point in time, who knows the intricacies of all the wrinkles in the brain that Rogue has? Truly, right? Indescribable. But anyway. He followed it up with a triple hatch here. A 3 hatch opening. Building 2 extra up on the first one. And we have another Stargate opening from Hero. I think I got spotted by the Zerglings. Yeah, I did, so no question there. And it's going to be the Void Ray here once more. Rogue sees this with the Lings. Guess he well, double, triple, quadruple confirms it, pretty much. No doubt in his mind anymore that this is, of course, the Void Ray. As it is chasing him right now, actively shooting lasers at him. Does give it away in a sense. Then again, the Void Ray never is a creature that is well known for its camouflage or capabilities of hiding. Before we used to hide Void Rays all the time, but right now it's not really the thing they do anymore. They've matured, they've grown as a person, individual. And now they're just straight up beefcakes coming in, ready to mess you up. Look at that, talking about messing up. Drone thought he would be safe transforming into a spore crawler. He's like, yeah, this works against oracles, doesn't it? Well, not against that Void Ray beefcake right there. He's got a super energy drink with him to make him twice as strong. Aligning his prismatic abilities, and then you're toast. Couple of lings here, attempting to run by. Yeah, we'll be able to get through the front door. Looks like one gateway. Unfortunately, not enough to warp in 2 units. And they do get on top of the probes. I'm not sure how much they're really getting done. It's good probe micro from Hero here. These tiny micro things, looks like that is still very much in the repertoire of Hero and well within his capabilities. So the double Void Ray production, it didn't quite work out the previous game. Is he going to try to commit more to it this time around? Because we don't see any ground weapon upgrades, right? It is just purely air weapon upgrades. So this is making me think that he's trying to make it look similar to what we saw in game number 1, but in reality, there you go, that's a fleet beacon. Pretty cool, pretty nifty. And Rogue, I don't know if he picked up on this somehow, some way, but yeah, he is throwing down the spire crawler. Oh dear. It would be fun if all the Zerg buildings could slowly move their way around the map, like Night Elf buildings. But yeah, unfortunately, the Spire will never be a crawler. Doesn't have the crawler ancestry. Rogue going up to the 4 base, where we still have Hero here on the 3. Looking for a 4th? Yep. And a 3rd Stargate as well, still producing only Void Rays at this moment, as he's getting the Void Ray upgrade as well, Flux Veins, as it's called. It may that not be a known thing for you. Now it is. It's called Flux Veins. May have to check on the pronunciation there, but should be alright. Mutalisk were produced, and that should be a pretty good thing here against these Void Rays. 9 of them now trying to get a recall going, forcing those Mutalisk out of there. Right, my apologies. Some Twitch chat had to be banned. Alright, probes here. Some of them do fall, but the Void Rays, they're just too numerous, even for these Mutalisk to face. And that is going to be a slaughter right now. Only for 11 probes, he lost himself 8 Mutalisk, with maybe more still to go. Void Rays now in combat with the Queens. There's not that many of them, unfortunately, and now Corruptors are trying to join in. Those Corruptors do not fare well against Void Rays, unfortunately, though, for Rogue. will it be enough? The Queen's actually doing a surprising amount with that focus fire. The Void Rays anxious to try and pick a battle with those Corruptors when that prismatic alignment is still going. Rogue looks like he will be cleaning up the Void Rays here, as we only still have more and more Void Rays being produced. That's going to be a long while before we have anything that is worth fighting here. Again, standing for Hero, where Rogue will be already on the front porch of Hero right in now. Another Nexus in the bottom right, well, a little bit to the bottom right. It's 6 o'clock, I would call it. Prismatic alignment, still a very terrifying ability here, especially without any transfuses around to utilize from the Queens. Look at this creep highway, by the way. Quite a bit has been accumulated over time, allowing these Queens to participate with the Corruptor harassment, claiming a good chunk of airspace near the territory of Hero. Right, big battle once again continuing onwards. Once more we're seeing great transfusions coming out of Rogue. Well, he wants to save some for those Corruptors as well. There's the prismatic alignment on some of the Void Rays. Not sure if those other ones, there we go, now utilizing it later on. But it looks like there's just too many Corruptors. Well, this is awkward. Hero, I'm not sure if he's ever going to be able to grab himself. Yeah, no. Alright, interesting. Once again, the Stargates here coming on through. So far hasn't really worked for Hero, but maybe it will this time. It's gonna be rough regardless. Man, if he goes for double Stargate again, I don't know. Double Stargate with the Void Rays, I don't know, guys. Just seems like Rogue has a very, very good handle on that type of play. Already dismantled it in 2 different variations, and honestly, you know what? I'm always under the impression that Hydralisk should not do well against High Templar and Storm. Neither really should Banelings do well against Immortal, Archon, Void Ray armies. Right? But, yeah. Well, if you just have enough Rogue shows, it will work. It will work. And another one of those things is like, normally, right, I've always said that Corruptors don't do that well against Void Rays, but, well, there you have it again. Rogue just with the Queens involved as well, tanking the damage from the prismatic alignment, doing a lot of transfuse, spellcasting with his Queens, and, yeah, just keeps the Corruptors alive like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. It's crazy. Where the pylons? What's up, Jonathan? Motion here as well. What's up, guys? Second Stargate from Hero here. You know what? It didn't work the first 2 times, but maybe the 3rd time will be the charm, right? That is what he's hoping for here. Is it going to be mass Void Rays? Honestly, at this point in time, I would like it to be Phoenix. Oh, this is interesting. A Twilight Council follow-up. That's what he did in the first game as well, right? That was when he got scouted. Sorry, just some highway traffic passing along my desk again here. An ambulance coming on through. All part of, you know, doing my broadcast from the middle of the street, as per usual. Alright, Roach Warren coming up for Mr. Rogue. Has a good amount of Queens here as well, I'd say. 3 in the 2nd and 3rd base each. Only has a single queen in the main base, but a spore crawler there as well to assist. And of course, those queens, they have legs, they can walk. There's a good amount of creep spread from base to base, so they'll be able to make it there. Rogue trying to see if you can get a little bit of a nibble and a little bit of a read on the hero here. Seeing that those Void Rays are up in the sky once again. So far, it's not looking like he's gonna go for something we saw. Oh my, is this what I think it is? Is this the German taxi we're seeing being performed by Mr. Rogue himself? It very well might be. The queens into the Dropper Lords right now, coming across the map with a whole bunch of roaches and ravagers. Looking to inflict quite a bit of harm onto the unsuspecting hero here. He's not prepared for this. He is not prepared for this one bit. You see those Void Rays. Oh my dear lord, where did that status trap come from? How the hell? What in the what? Okay, well, I mean, the sad part is that he's probably still gonna lose. He's probably still gonna lose, even with such a absolutely mental status trap. Yeah, he's just still gonna be broken like a little twig here. That is how ill prepared he is for this. He did not expect this one bit. I was curious to see what he was planning. It seems like the Twilight Council got cancelled. I'm not sure when that occurred exactly. But maybe when this all came in and he thought, oh boy, I need money in units right now. And it was just too little too late. It was just too little too late. Well, you live and you learn. Except for this time, your hero, of course, last life. He's out. Just digesting the loss now, I believe. I mean, it's his last chance to get this best of 5 to turn around, right? You may as well give it a bash. Because this is a very committed attack from Rogue as well. So if it doesn't work, right, if it doesn't kill the hero, there might be a chance that he comes back. Even after losing the third and most of his army right now, right, it would still kind of be an equal position. But the problem is, all these Zerg units here, they are not planning to go anywhere, unfortunately for hero, until they're killed. So, yeah. Alright. Just gonna have a sip of water now. Ah. Oh. I mean, nice feedbacks there. That was fun to see. Alright, GG. There we are. Hero tapping on out of there.